Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And the top of the morning to you and yours on this Tuesday, August the 10th, 2021.
What's happening today?
Oh, we got a lot happening today.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm glad you're jacked up on Mountain Dew. Maybe I'll take a s'mores, okay?
You seem happy this morning.
I'm very happy because that's just me. I'm a happy-go-lucky kid. 6:07 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 6:07 a.m.
That's right, 6:07 a.m. and welcome to the biggest little radio show on the face of the planet. Yours truly, Evan 9, along with Bonnie Ashley, and we are off and running this morning, young lady.
We are, and we are on a heated note this morning.
Yes.
It's feeling hot. Hot is the weather, and hot inside the studio, too.
Yeah, it was a little warm in here this morning. We had a little bit of a power surge, had some technical difficulties, but we got through it, and we are on the air just like normal, like nothing happened. Unplugged a few things, plugged a few things in, took a pair of scissors, cut a couple of wires, tied them together in a knot, and just prayed like hell that all would work.
Evans adds another hat.
Yeah.
Playing engineer this morning.
Telling you.
But you got everything back going.
That's right. We're up and running.
We heard this awful eerie noise. It was a little bit like a sound of an alarm. Kind of more silent than an alarm, but still annoying.
It was annoying.
Very annoying.
Very high pitch alarm. It was the battery backup that just took a crap on us.
Yeah. But you got it restarted.
That's right.
Before we couldn't get our weather temperatures, we couldn't get our news. Now everything is up and going, and so are we.
That's right. Even the phones are working, which is good. So if you're up and at 'em this morning and you want to call us just to make sure our phones are working, our number is 220-978-8220-WSTU.
So that would be lovely
if
you could give us. Oh, you can always call us too if you see a traffic report.
Yeah.
Because I give those reports every half hour, but there are certain things that we don't see. You know, when you, the listener, are out there actually out on the roads.
Exactly. So, Bonnie, you did something yesterday. You took a huge step yesterday.
Yeah, huge.
I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you,
Oh.
especially when you called me. You should tell my wife. She goes, "Why are you smiling so much?"
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, and I told her why.
Just tell Rachel she did what you did a long time ago.
Yeah.
It just took her a while longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did it. You finally did it.
I am vaccinated.
You are vaccinated. Part 1. Vaccine part 1. Moderna part 1. Part 2 comes in 4 weeks from yesterday.
I went to get it at Publix. Gary and I did yesterday. Publix over in Palm City. And they made it so easy.
It's a very simple process.
Just had to fill out some paperwork.
Yeah.
You know, they had to get your driver's license.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny wait in that nice little waiting area.
Yeah.
And the fine physician came out there and got us vaccinated. And he was wonderful, too. I tell you, that guy is good.
You walk in, sign a few papers. You sit down. You wait your turn. Then they call you, and when they call you, your heart just like drops.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, crap.
And you know what?
It's my time.
It was dropping, and I didn't even see the needle. And I went in with Gary, and we got vaccinated together. He held my hand while I closed my eyes.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then I sat in the chair alongside him when he got vaccinated. And even then, I didn't see a needle because I still had my eyes closed.
They don't let you see it. They pretty much don't let you look at it because that's where the fear comes in, is when you actually see it. And then, you know, the pharmacist just gives you a little jab and that's it. They hold your muscle. Yeah. Like I showed you. And it's boom, in and out.
And
2
then
seconds.
I said, you're right. Because then I said, is that it? He goes, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is that it? That's all you got for me?
The after effect.
Bring it on, buddy.
The after effect hurts a little more than the actual vaccination did.
You're a little sore.
The actual prick. Yeah.
You're a little sore. You feel like you've been punched in the arm once or twice.
In the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep on my left side.
Yeah. It's I told you it would be sore.
And I had my right arm ready to go. I wonder why they got to do it on the left.
I think that's just what the guidelines. They want everybody to get it in the same arm. That's why they want everybody to go left.
Just to keep it kind of
uniform.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense, I guess.
Exactly. How's Gary's arm, by the way?
He's sore.
Is he sore too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about 3:00 this morning, he rolled over and said, "Oh, good gosh, is your arm sore?" I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get 10 of those.
Are you massaging today?
No.
Okay, so you got a full 24 hours to just go and let the soreness be.
And you know what's funny? Neither is he today. Now that I think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Neither one of us are massaging.
So you guys could sit at home all day and just say to each other, "How's your arm? How's your arm? Oh, still sore? Are you still sore?"
Yeah.
Back and forth. Play the sore game.
The biggest thing I'll be lifting is maybe a dish to wash the dishes. That's
I
I
say by tomorrow morning, the soreness will go away and you'll be pretty much back to normal.
Yeah.
Because it's been what time did you get your shot yesterday?
3
in the
afternoon.
So it's been 12, 13, 14. It's been 15 hours. You're pretty much over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're pretty much over the hill. If you haven't had any side effects now, then you're pretty much
no
good.
side effects for me whatsoever.
Yeah. Everybody's different.
Either.
Everybody's different.
We didn't feel a thing from it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say that I got extra tired or anything. It's weird, but I'm not looking forward to another shot in 4 weeks. We got to go back.
It's crazy how it affects people differently. It really does.
It does.
Some people it has no effect on. And my wife, it kicked her butt left and right. It made Gavin a little tired, but man, it affected Rachel really bad for like 12, 14 hours.
Oh, man.
But everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Everybody is. That's for sure.
Everybody's different. But you're walking proof. It can be done. You did it. And that's it. You're on your way to having stronger antibodies in your system.
I talked to an avid listener on our table too on Friday night on our table. I say,
wow, I didn't realize I'm part of you
he
now.
Came from,
our table.
Okay. It was our time.
Our table. Okay, go ahead.
He came. He actually works for the city of Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And he came to see me about 9 on Friday night.
Okay.
And he said, I heard you and Evan talking and, saying that you were getting it. And I said, I had told him, yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's time. But the time was right for me. So, I'm not going to curse at everybody and say, oh, you should get it. You should get it. And you should.
No, not at all. Just like when I got mine way back in March, I didn't preach to you.
No, you did not.
I didn't preach to anybody on the radio because, and again, I'll say this over and over. When you're comfortable and when you're ready, if and when, and I say if and when, then it will be your time. Just like your time came yesterday because you felt in your personal heart and your beliefs that it was time to do what you need to do. And you waited.
You know what, Evan, too, with this COVID variant, what stirred me to get vaccinated more is that I was clearly seeing compared to when COVID-19 began in 2020.
Right.
When we were just finding out about it.
Right.
With the COVID, with the variant right now, I am knowing of and seeing far too many more people having COVID-19 than I did when it first came out. Like I went months before with saying, good gosh, I don't even know anybody with COVID-19. I don't even know a friend of a friend of a friend. But now with this Delta variant, I'm witnessing far too many more people that I'm aware of having it.
Right. And see, I'm not going to say to you, I told you so, because you know what? I won't do that because that's rude to do. You waited. You had your comfort level. When you were ready, you did it on your time. And that's the way it should be. You do it on your time when you're ready. 100%. 100%.
Yep. People can always change their mind.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But anyway, I'm glad you got it.
Thank you.
It's done. It's over with. 4 more weeks from now, you'll take Gary again. You guys will hold each other's hand. You'll get shot number 2. And
he my guy is marvelous. He sat there and he held my hand.
That's sweet.
And then the physician giving the shot was telling me, "Oh, you're cute. You're cute." I'm like, "Oh, thanks," but I don't feel too cute.
He was doing what's called the deterrent,
Yeah.
is what it's called.
He was very, very, very good. In fact, there were ladies in the waiting room. One lady had already had hers, and she was sitting there waiting with a friend to help out a friend.
Right.
But the lady was telling us how wonderful this physician is, that he really makes you feel at ease.
Right. And the pharmacist, they have you, after they give you the shot, you have to wait 15 minutes because they want to make sure you have no adverse reactions.
Yeah, you do.
They don't want you getting in a car driving or anything like that. And that was my biggest fear when I got mine. I just got the one shot deal, but my biggest fear was, and that's why I took George with me, was because I didn't want to get in the car and pass out while I was driving.
Right.
So I took him with me down to Fort Lauderdale because it was the only place I can get an appointment.
That's a good idea. If you're going that far to get something like that, it's good that you had George along.
Yeah, just to be safe. Rather be safe than sorry.
That's right. The last time I drove down that way alone, oh good gosh, it was down to Deerfield in 2015 when I went to take my licensee test for massage.
Right.
And I was so fearful that I wouldn't pass, because if you don't pass it the first time, you got to do the process and drive on down there again. But I did pass the test the first time, and I didn't want to drive down there anymore.
Now, just remember too, and I tell people this all the time because there's this huge misconception of getting the shot. Just because you get the vaccination doesn't mean you won't catch COVID. You can still catch COVID even though you have the vaccination. But here's the big but. You will not get as sick as if you didn't get the shot. So that's what it's there. It gives you the antibodies, and it gives your antibodies in your system are much stronger as if you didn't have the shot. So you can still catch it, because my daughter is a perfect example. She had both shots and she caught COVID, but she doesn't have it all that bad. She just has a little bit of congestion, just a small little cough. And that's really it. And I check in on her every day.
I'm glad that her symptoms are very tiny.
Yeah, very minimal, very, very minimal. My backup announcer at the stadium, Josh, who actually filled in here for you when you were on vacation
who
last
had a
week.
birthday this weekend.
Yes, he had a birthday.
We said happy birthday to him.
Yeah. He caught COVID also. And again, he got the shot, very, very minimal. He said he had a little bit of a cough for a day or two, but otherwise nothing else.
I bet your daughter had no problem rolling up her sleeve to get that shot.
Oh, are you kidding?
Huh?
She's like,
Haley?
bring it on. She's like, bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yes,
The whippiness about it.
With the biceps that she's got on her, she's like, bring 10 needles on, baby. Let me tell you.
Did she have the sore arm too after?
No, she had nothing.
No.
She had nothing. She had like nothing.
My arm feels like it's going to fall off.
Yeah, she had nothing. I had a sore arm when I got mine for a day or so, but no, man, she had nothing. But then again, look at the size of her. My God,
she's got the arms the size of Popeye.
Yeah. I might tell you. Yeah, she does. She definitely has. But then again, she's a fitness guru. She works out. She works out 7 days a week. She has a full gym inside of her garage in her house. So I mean, it's it is what it is. Anyway, let's see, what time is it? It is 6:20, which means it's news time this morning. It's all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines.
Thank you, Evan. St. Lucie County schools start today. And what is their mask policy? WPTV's Todd Wilson has the story.
St. Lucie students head back to school Tuesday. At the moment, the district is all in-person learning. So the question is, what's the mask policy?
It's really in the hands of the parents.
St. Lucie School Superintendent spoke with us via a Facebook interview Monday.
We're highly recommending the parents to put masks on their children, but that is a parent choice.
In fact, the district can't make it less than a parent's decision given Governor DeSantis' executive order that forbids mandates. Jen believes parents have a tough decision to make, but he believes parents should do their homework when it comes to facial coverings.
I don't think there's anything that you lose by erring on the side of caution and placing a mask on the student.
With positivity rates rising, the next question is, will virtual learning be implemented again? Jent says right now there's no virtual option.
We'll be doing in our district is that if a child is test positive and has to go home, or if a student has to be quarantined, then we've got a computer that we'll give them, and then there's an online platform. It's called Canvas, and then they can follow they won't see their teacher live, but they'll see their lessons.
The St. Lucie School District is responsible for roughly 40,000 students. Jent says staff and teachers are not required to wear masks. He says, however, he is urging everyone to get vaccinated.
We have to make decisions, and tough decisions. We're ready to make those as well. But we want to see these boys and girls tomorrow coming in, getting dropped off.
Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
With most Florida public schools heading back to class this week, and those supporting mask mandates are making a final push to get districts to cover up. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has this.
Leadership at Leon Schools announcing Monday it won't fully comply with Governor Ron DeSantis' rules on mask mandates.
I am going to require masks to be worn by all students pre-K through 8.
The superintendent leaving only a carve-out for those with a doctor's note. A tough call, he says, but one he didn't want to regret.
I didn't do what was best for the children here in Tallahassee and Leon County. That's on me. And every time I look at myself in the mirror, it would be really hard.
At least one other district has a similar measure, and Senate Democrats are now urging they all follow CDC guidance and mask in class. Minority Leader Lauren Book penning this letter to officials at all 67 school systems. Quote, "We believe in and support local rule, and we know your commitment to our children is your highest priority."
Masks help us be safe, everyone.
Other letters coming from younger advocates like Lila Hartley. The 12-year-old recently wrote Duval schools urging they mask up without exception for the sake of her 10-year-old brother.
I just don't want him or any other kids that can't get vaccinated to get sick at school.
While these efforts may lead to more districts breaking with the governor, he's likely to continue standing firm.
Well, I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision.
His office again warning non-compliance could mean a district funding cut, not to learning, but perhaps slicing superintendent or school board pay. Quote, "The governor's priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring that every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs."
A land survey crew found skeletal remains near Southeast Lilliancourt and US 1 south of Stewart on Monday, said Sheriff's Chief Deputy John Budenseek. Deputies received reports that the land surveyors found the bones of an unidentified person near the Emerald Lakes Homes community around 1:40 p.m. "We do not suspect foul play. It's near an area where there's a bunch of homeless people, several homeless camps," Budenseek said. He said the surveyors found the skeletal remains near an area of woods where homeless people will often camp and congregate. Budenseek said based on the clothing and the identifying documents investigators found, they suspect the person who died is a man, but the deterioration of the body has made it a challenge to immediately identify the person and the time of death, the chief deputy said. The remains are going to go to the medical examiner's office, and they're going to have to make a determination as to cause of death and who we are dealing with. Almost 14,000 people are now hospitalized in Florida with COVID-19. That's a new record. The latest figures show nearly 90% of Florida ICU beds are in use, and close to 45% are being used by COVID patients. Well, lastly, last month, a woman in Iowa posted a photo of her 30-year-old son who has Down syndrome because he likes to check the mail every day to see if he got anything. So then a super cool guy on TikTok asked people to send cards. So now he's been getting hundreds of letters and packages a day from people all over the world. Dallas Mavericks superstar Luka Doncic has agreed to sign a landmark 5-year, $207 million Supermax rookie extension. Agent Bill Duffy of BDA Sports told ESPN on Monday. Doncic, one of the most accomplished players in NBA history at age 22, becomes the first player eligible for the designated rookie max extension upon signing because he has twice been voted first team All-NBA. The deal includes a player option in the final year. Our news time 6:26 with weather and traffic together coming up next.
6:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Not finding any traffic accidents to report on our roadways right now. So yes, if you're heading out, it's looking like a good ride. That's for sure, including US 1 and the major highways included. There's your latest look at traffic. Stuart, it is 79, and in Rhinelander, Wisconsin this morning, a cloudy 65. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches. Stay with your WPTV First Alert weather team for the very latest updates. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
6:30 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. First day back at school for mostly just about all the counties except for Martin County, which they'll be starting tomorrow. It's time for viral videos. I got two of them for you this morning, Bonnie. Remember how yesterday we had that guy on the Ring video doorbell who had no idea about
know
what it was? Yeah.
He wasn't up on that new technology.
Yeah. Well, here's another one that has to do with the Ring video doorbell. It's a video that was racking up a lot of hits on TikTok. It's the Ring video doorbell cam of a homeowner patiently listening to a neighbor complain about her Tigger flag flying in the front yard.
Like a little flag with a Tigger.
Like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. That's cute, isn't it?
She thinks it makes the whole neighborhood look tacky.
Uh-oh.
And she even throws a little shade on the home's landscaping and backyard.
Let's say hi to Karen.
Yeah, let's listen. Here it goes. Lady opening the door.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I want to talk about this Tigger flag.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, why not?
Now, I thought the American flag was real nice.
She likes the American flag.
I don't say nothing about the shrubbery being cut. I don't say nothing about the backyard.
Yeah.
But now, I don't like that.
Oh, okay, I didn't hang that. My brother hung that.
Well, I know. I'm just telling you, I don't like it.
Okay.
And we have rules. I won't have to go find out what they are, but I don't like that.
I mean, this isn't a homeowners association, though.
No, but there's rules for the community.
Oh.
There is called Williamsburg something, and there's rules.
She's making her own stuff up.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, I don't like it.
All right.
It makes it look tacky.
Well,
It makes the neighborhood look tacky.
It doesn't, but that's okay.
Huh?
I said it doesn't, but it's okay. You're allowed your opinion.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to find out about it.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Now,
Ignored.
the homeowner was very cordial.
She was.
Extremely.
And very
Very
much
cordial.
so.
Now, keep in mind that there's no HOA at all whatsoever. But the lady said there are rules, and she said, well, I'm going to have to go look them up and find out what the rules are of the neighborhood. So she was kind of like making stuff up.
Yeah.
As I think personally that she had a phobia against Tigger.
But you're right. The lady at the doorway with the Tigger flag, the homeowner.
Very, very cordial and courteous.
She handled that so much better than I would have. I would have told the lady, I would have said, here's my rule. Get off my property.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
I would have said.
I would have said, listen, I said, take your little Winnie the Pooh happy behind self and go find your own Tigger and have a nice day because I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
From the land of milk and honey.
Yeah, exactly. But the nerve, the gall of that lady to walk up to that woman's house, and it's not even an association.
Not even an association.
No.
And people, people just got to be like that sometime.
Wow.
No? That's why I am just feeling so fortunate that I don't live in an association.
I lived in one association in my life. One. And it was the one before I moved up here. And I swore that when I moved up here, my next move would not be in an association because I want to be able to fly my American flag. I want to be able to fly my Blue Lives Matter flag. And I want to be able to decorate my house.
My property, right?
Like Disney World. It's my property. No condo commandos, no nothing.
I was just talking to a guy yesterday that he and his wife had just gotten out of an association. And he said it was just incredible that people would complain from, well, he did take his dog for a walk, he was telling me, and the dog has to do his thing. And the guy even said he was cleaning up after the dog.
Right.
And it was in the woods for that matter. It was a more woodsy area, but somebody had to complain. And then it came to everything from, it was the driveway wasn't good enough. The driveway wasn't clean enough. He just said so many things about nitpicking had gone on. And he said it wasn't even nice nitpicking. It got to the point where it was almost outright insulting.
There's a show that's on Mondays here on the station at 9 a.m. with Mark Breckbull. It's called Condo Solutions. And he has an attorney on, Peter Mullengarden. And I sit and run the show every week for him.
Yeah.
And the stories that I hear with people that call on the phone,
Right.
I'm like, Calgon, take me away.
Do you hear people calling
The most
about
ridiculous.
complaining about somebody else, or people complaining about the complaints?
Just everything.
Just kind of like
you hear it all on the show. They're all looking for advice from the attorney, because I mean, the topic on this past Monday show was somebody calling in about a stupid Facebook page that somebody created a Facebook page for the association and wanted to know, can they post this and that on the Facebook page?
Yeah, a long time ago.
It's ridiculous.
A long time ago, we went with friends to a pool that was in an association, and there were some people in the community at the pool who even complained that, oh, well, you have too many visitors to this pool, or some sort of thing like that.
But yet there was nobody in the pool.
No,
probably.
It's true. I think there was maybe one or two other couples.
Oh my God! God forbid the pool was over capacity.
Exactly.
Right. Wow.
I mean, actually, what would draw me to an association probably would be their pool, or like a club room and a pool, a workout center that you could use.
Right. But then you got to deal with the condo commandos.
Yes.
Telling you what to do, when to do it, and how to
off.
do it. Yeah, not good.
No, just give me a little shack out in the woods that I own.
There you go. It's your property. Do
It's
what
mine,
you want with it.
mine.
Just like ours. I could do what I want with my property, how I want to decorate it at Christmas time.
That's right.
What color fence. I can paint my house any color I want, fluorescent pink, bright green.
You can even put out a little Tigger flag.
That's right. Maybe I'll do that. I'll put out a Tigger flag and
see if anybody
for that lady.
complains.
Yeah, exactly.
The guy across the street.
Lo and behold.
Evan, I don't like that Tigger flag.
Thank you. There's an adorable little boy. We found a video that has extremely good manners. He's being chased by a group of ducklings. And although he seems scared, he keeps saying, "Excuse me," to the ducklings.
I think those ducklings are outnumbering this kid, though.
Very, very polite. Listen in.
Whoa! Excuse me, ducky. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
He's on his little scooter, and they just keep following him.
Excuse me, little ducks.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
It's the cutest little video.
They must think he's their mama.
I don't know.
Following that
but
little boy.
He just keeps saying, "Excuse me."
Aren't ducks the cutest thing when
They
they
are.
waddle right up to you?
Yeah, but when they crap on the ground, forget it. It's disgusting.
I love those big ducks out in Palm City that hang out by the ponds. Oh, there were ducks one time that would hang out in the back of Goodwill too, along the water. They're so cool. They just fascinate me.
Oh wow.
I love them.
I was reading some of my I'll call it my holy Bible, so to speak, of what I read when I'm in my office. And I found an article. It's called "The Top 10 Signs Your Girlfriend is Going to Dump You."
Oh.
The top 10 signs your girlfriend is going to dump you. So if you're
when she's totally avoiding you?
I'm not sure. But if you're a man and you have a girlfriend, or if you're a girl and you have a girlfriend, it's the top 10 signs that your girlfriend is about to dump you. So coming in at number 10, all her girlfriends look at you, they tilt their heads and they say, "You haven't got a clue, do you?"
Oh, yeah.
You just haven't got a clue at all whatsoever.
The girlfriends know.
Yeah, they know. Coming in at number 9, the dartboard behind your photo on her wall. You notice the dartboard behind your photo on her wall. Okay, coming in at number 8, your other girlfriend told you so. Your other girlfriend told you so. Coming in at number 7, she leaves a message on your phone and identifies herself by both her first and last names. Yes, she uses her first and last names. Let me see here. Coming in at number 6, whenever she introduces you, it's always, "I would like you to meet an old friend of mine."
The old friend.
The old friend line. It's not the
Yeah.
boyfriend or the girlfriend. It's the
my old
old friend.
Yep.
Coming in at number 5, her love letters come soaked in formaldehyde rather than perfume. Coming in at number 4, She says she has to tell you something, but she wants to do it on the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's a good one.
I would never go on that show.
Coming in at number 3, she just started a college course that meets 7 nights a week. 7 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at
Taking up all her time.
Exactly. Coming in at number 2, she's been wearing an engagement ring for 3 weeks, but you don't recall proposing to her. Okay.
Where did that ring come from?
Yeah, exactly. Coming in at number 1, the number 1 reason and sign that your girlfriend's going to dump you, your Visa card and your belt both have finally hit their maximum limit. Yes. That's the top 10 signs.
She can't spend any more of your money.
Top 10 signs.
She might be gone.
Exactly. Top 10 signs your girlfriend is going to dump you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Bonnie, everybody likes to get a new car. Everybody loves to get something new to drive. So I have found another article that says it's the top 5 signs that it's time to get a new car. Now, you don't qualify for this because you recently just got that brand new red little mini SUV that you drive, which is really nice. So the top 5 signs it's time to get a new car. Coming at number 5, the family says for this year's vacation to Montana, they would rather walk there than get in the vehicle.
That's what my family would say with my old car.
Coming in at number 4, car thieves break into the car that you're currently driving, and instead of taking it, they leave donations. Okay. Coming in at number 3, the dealer is still laughing when you asked if they took trade-ins because the car is in such poor condition. You like that one?
Yeah, he's getting flashbacks about it and still laughing about it.
Coming in at number 2, it's the only car in the neighborhood that starts by cranking it in front with the handle.
That old-fashioned way.
Yep. And coming in at number 1, the top 5 sign that it's time to get a new car. The next door neighbor is tired of duct taping your door shut for you.
And maybe the doors are falling off.
Yeah.
That might be a telltale sign to get a new car too.
So speaking of older vehicles, how is the Mustang doing these days?
Still needs the transmission fluid.
Okay.
I got to go get a professional little funnel to get the tranny fluid in that little hole. You got to pour it in.
Okay.
That's a little gadget
Go to
where
your
you got to pour that.
Go to your AutoZone or your whatever those things are called.
I'm just going to go to
Discount Auto Parts.
I'm going to try
just go to a food store.
Dollar store.
Yeah,
maybe a dollar store will have a little cheap funnel.
The
Walmart
hole is only about that big around.
Yeah, that's exactly how big it is.
Because that's where the dipstick is for the transmission.
Yeah.
You just pour it in there. Now, be careful when you pour it in. Don't pour the whole bottle.
No
Don't
way.
assume.
No.
Make sure that
you're supposed to kind of dip
got to
it
keep
and
checking
check
it. Right.
Yep.
Make sure also, a lot of people don't realize this, that their car may be parked on an angle. Make sure that it's level.
Nice and flat.
Yeah, make sure it's nice and flat because the transmission fluid you won't measure properly.
Right.
So take that thing.
Make sense.
Now, does your driveway kind of go up? Is it on an incline, your driveway at your house?
I
or
have
are
it
you
on
level?
the side. I have it pretty level on the side
Okay.
of the road.
All right, cool. Then you should be good to go.
It should be fine. I'm
Yep.
just going to pour in a little
bit at a time, and then
Yep.
check the dipstick. A little more.
And check the car.
dipstick.
And when the car stops running funky, when it runs right, I'm going to be a little bit happier.
Now, are you going to drive this thing after you put the tranny fluid in?
Around the block.
Okay, just around the block.
Maybe a
That's
block
it?
or two.
Okay, maybe to work tomorrow.
No.
Maybe we could hear the rumblings tomorrow.
No, it still needs a balancer that goes in the front end in the hood. Tony said I need something.
What is
that's
a
kind of like
What is a balancer?
some balancing thing and he said I wouldn't be driving it.
Is it a
too
motor
far.
mount? Is what he's talking
I think
about?
it's on the motor.
Okay.
Some sort. It was something balancing thing.
Oh,
and by the sound of his voice, it didn't sound like it was going to be too costly.
Okay. All right. The kids are going back to school. And, everybody's going to be packing school lunches.
Yes.
So I have 9 tips very quickly so we can get to news.
Yeah.
9 tips on how to pack a healthy school lunch.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great article I
Parents
read.
will be needing that today.
As it's age appropriate, let children clean, peel, or cut up fruits and vegetables. If they feel invested in their lunch, they're more likely to eat it. So let the kids participate packing their lunch.
Yeah.
Let children select dinner vegetables and then pack leftovers into their own lunchbox as well.
Yeah.
Watch for foods that can pose a choking hazard for the younger kids. Be sure to cut food into small bites. Don't force kids to eat foods they don't like. This will help prevent meal times and food choices from becoming a battleground. Also, substitute healthier ingredients for those less healthier ones your child enjoys. Go for color. Colorful fruits and vegetables are nutritious powerhouses because they're loaded with good for you vitamins and minerals.
Make some Rice Krispie bars and dye them pink.
Exactly. If you have a child with a food tolerance or sensitivity, always check the ingredient list first. Ingredients are listed on the food label. Take kids to the grocery store shopping with you, and they are not hungry. Let them choose the food for their school lunch. This way, they'll eat it. If you eat before you shop, you're less likely to fill the cart with unplanned purchases. And lastly, be aware of how many companies market food to kids. For example, something as simple as foods children see from their eye level in a grocery cart to web-based games featuring popular characters off the cereal box can impact your kids' stated preferences. It's amazing, all those things.
Yep, maybe making an outing with the children too, like every 2 weeks, where they can pick out their little items that they're going to bring to school for the week.
Plan a family get-together at the grocery store,
That's
basically.
right.
And
check out the BOGOs.
Yes,
at
yeah,
Publix.
definitely the BOGOs. It is 6:47 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Make sure and go say hello to Mr. Hawk Levy. It's time for news. Here's Bonnie at the news desk.
Thank you, Evan. As coronavirus cases surge in Florida and across the nation, some local hospitals on Monday reported the most hospitalized COVID-positive patients since the start of the pandemic. As of Monday, there were 227 COVID-positive patients across 3 of the 4 Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast. No COVID-positive patients are at Cleveland Clinic Martin South Hospital. This is the highest number of hospitalized COVID-positive patients at our Treasure Coast hospitals since the pandemic began, Dr. Richard Rothman, Institute Chair of Hospital Medicine for Cleveland Clinic, Florida, stated via email. The 227 is 5 times the 45 COVID-positive patients hospitalized July 2nd at Cleveland Clinic's Treasure Coast hospitals. There were 92 patients at Cleveland Clinic Martin North Hospital, 65 at Cleveland Clinic Tradition Hospital, and 70 at Cleveland Clinic Indian River Hospital. The state could defund the salaries of district superintendents and county school board members who mandate mask wearing in schools, according to a statement from Governor Ron DeSantis' office. His spokeswoman, Christina Pushaw, released the following language Monday afternoon. With respect to enforcing any financial consequences for noncompliance of state law regarding these rules and ultimately the rights of parents to make decisions about their children's education and healthcare decisions, it would be the goal of the State Board of Education to narrowly tailor any financial consequences to the offense committed. For example, the State Board of Education could move to withhold the salary of the district superintendent or school board members as a narrowly tailored means to address the decision makers who led to the violation of law. Education funding is intended to benefit students first and foremost, not systems. The governor's priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring that every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs. The legal authority to withhold the salary money wasn't immediately clear, but Pushaw later clarified in a tweet that teachers and staff salaries are not under threat. They didn't make the decision to break the rules. The decision to permanently approve a Costco in 378 apartment units had Stewart commissioners debating into the late hours on Monday. WPTV's Derek Lowe reports.
More than 160,000 square feet of retail space and 378 apartment units.
Your vote will change the face of our city forever. There's no going back.
Stewart City Commissioners are faced with a decision that has residents divided.
It would be beneficial, I believe, and serve Many people, not only in the Stewart community, but in the neighboring communities also.
The proposed site that would also include spaces for restaurants and a gas station is centered along Canner Highway, just south of Martin County High School. Many opposed say they're not against Costco, but the location that has been selected.
The high schoolers shouldn't have to deal with all the traffic and the safety issues which will arise.
Among the top concerns, the environment and the riddance of natural vegetation and wildlife.
Destroy wetlands and have a negative effect on many small local businesses.
I think it's a great place to support our small businesses because they can buy tools that they need and items that they need.
Costco representatives say the development would bring 175 jobs to the city. The project received unanimous approval at its first of 2 readings.
It's just a wise decision, and I ask you to consider welcoming them.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
The first named tropical system in the Atlantic since early July could form by tomorrow. An area of low pressure is swirling closer to the Caribbean. Florida Weather Center's Carrie Schwindenhammer says there's a good chance the state will see some effects down the road.
Many places in Florida will probably have some kind of an impact from this.
Prince Andrew has been reportedly sued in New York by an alleged victim of Jeffrey Epstein. According to People and ABC News, Virginia Roberts Druffrey filed a lawsuit against Prince Andrew for sexual abuse under the Child Victims Act, saying she was trafficked to him and sexually abused by him when she was 17. This isn't the first time Joffrey has alleged that she was sexually abused by the prince. In a federal lawsuit in 2015, Joffrey alleged she was forced to perform sex acts with several prominent men, including Prince Andrew in 2001. In 2019, Andrew announced that he was withdrawing from his royal duties amid renewed attention of his friendship with Epstein and Joffrey's claim that she had several sexual encounters with the prince, starting when she was 17. Well, lastly, a family in Ohio threw out $25,000 last month, but got it back. They were cleaning out their grandmother's house and tossed a bunch of old food that was in her freezer. Then she said, "Hey, there's an envelope with 25 grand in there. Don't lose that." By the time she told them, it was already in the back of a garbage truck, but the driver hadn't made it to the dump yet, so 10 workers started sifting through 6 tons of trash and found the envelope in 10 minutes. Now, how lucky is that? The New York Yankees and Chicago White Sox are playing on the Field of Dreams field in Iowa on Thursday, and Guy Ferrari will be taking attendees to Flavor Town. You see, he's created a special hot dog apple pie. Oh, yes, just for the occasion, because there's nothing like jamming together 2 timeless American dishes for America's favorite pastime. The delicacy is described as a hot dog smothered in Guy's homemade bacon jam and apple filling, then placed inside a flaky rectangle-shaped pie crust, then drizzled with apple mustard, brown sugar, and apple pie spice. Actually sounds pretty good. Our news time is 6:54. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:56 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And Evan, it's a good ride this morning. No accidents to report. Major highways, US 1 looking good right here. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 77, partly cloudy in Port St. Lucie, and in Frankfurt, Germany, it's 72. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies, and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And the top of the morning to you and yours and all creatures alike.
Well, good morning, sunshine.
And a good morning to you too, young man.
Oh no. How will we ever get back to Bikini Bottom now?
Well, we're going to have to swim there.
I need you to get my underwear out of my butt.
I'm sorry, that's just a little too much information that I'm not going to do. Go see your daddy on that one. 7:07, Mr. Clock, would you verify that, please?
It's now 7:07 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not pulling any underwear out of anybody's butt this morning, Bonnie. It's just not going to happen.
Well,
sorry.
I would certainly hope not.
No,
I
not
think
even
that
my own kid.
Should be the last thing that you would want to do
No.
when you wake up in the morning.
No, definitely not. How dare that child say that to me?
Let
My
alone
gosh.
pulling the underwear out of your own butt.
Yeah,
to pull it out
exactly.
of somebody else's butt.
You ever done that in public? You're just walking down the road and you just kind of discreetly look around. Nobody's looking. Just kind of give a little tug there. You know?
Yeah.
I've done that.
I've
too.
done that. Yeah.
I've done it.
I'm human. You know,
we all are. We all are. We all get
Who can deny that? Who can deny it?
right. Underwear up the butt crack. Let's do some birthdays. And of course, today's date's August the 10th, 2021. Bonnie, what do you got for me?
Happy birthday, my good friend Jack Loans from Illinois this morning.
Okay.
An old buddy of mine from
Chicago, man. Chicago.
He's from, he went to Trans-American School of Broadcasting with me.
Okay.
So, Jack, happy birthday.
Very good. Jack's 21. If
Yes.
you don't give anybody's age out, we just say they're 21. That makes it
I don't know.
really easy.
He could have made it to 31 by
Okay.
now. I'm not
All
sure
right.
how old.
Anybody else?
That would be all.
Okay. Kylie Jenner, 24 years old today. Supermodel, millionaire babe, 24 years old.
Oh, she's like
She disgusts
she
me.
is like one of the. Did she make it to billionaire status now? I think she did.
You know,
With her product line,
I just clicked her name. I wonder what's going to
she
come
really doesn't disgust me. I mean, she was born with a very
up. Silver spoon in her
wealty
mouth.
family,
Yeah.
but she's smart, intelligent young woman who seems to really be full of enterprise, energy and enterprise.
Yeah.
And I think the latest one that I heard was her own brand of tequila. I think those folks out in Hollywood had been sampling the Kylie Jenner tequila
Oh, wow.
as her last endeavor.
Okay.
I'd like to try it, actually, find out how it is.
All right. I'll
Some
buy
would
you
be
some.
good.
I'll buy you some. Jacob Lattimore, if anybody wants to get Bonnie a pint of Kylie Jenner tequila, just drop it off the front door. Jacob Lattimore is 25. That's the R&B singer who stars as Emmett Washington on The Chi. Lucas Till is 31. That's the new MacGyver. Brenton Thwaites is 32. That's Robert Nightwing on the gritty live action vision of Teen Titans. Ryan Eggold is 37. That's Dr. Max Goodwin on the Star of New Amsterdam.
Do not know that one either.
Nope, these people I don't
I'm
recognize.
drawing a blank on these. but
Joanna Garcia is 42. That's Cheyenne on Reba. Angie Harmon, 49. Abigail Carmichael on Law and Order. Now, Rachel probably Detective Jane Rizzoli on Rizzoli and Isles. So let me click her name and see what comes up here. Yeah, I know exactly who she is.
She from Law and Order?
Yeah, she's from
you
Law and
say?
Order. As soon as I saw her picture,
Rachel watches that
I
one.
know exactly who she is. Yes.
Very
she's
pretty lady and
gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
Gorgeous woman. Justin Theroux is 50. He's the actor, writer, and Mr. Jennifer Aniston.
Used to be married to Jennifer Aniston, I think, for not a really long while, but that was her last romance that I know of. Justin Theroux.
Alex Michelle is 51. That's the original Bachelor. The original Bachelor.
What is the name? Alex?
Alex Michelle, Michel.
I got to look this up because
There he is right there.
That name does not ring a bell.
Was born August 10th, 1970 at Charlottesville, Virginia,
He was like
USA.
the very first Bachelor is
Yep.
what
Mhm.
they're saying.
He's an actor and producer known for Floundering in 94, Our Very First Sex Tape in 2003, The Rerun Show in 2002 as well.
Alex Michelle, he is actually the Bachelor during its premiere season on
Mhm.
ABC in 2002. I
Mhm.
probably just didn't watch that year. I probably got on that bandwagon a little bit later. That's why I didn't recognize him or the name. What an attractive man, though. Very, very handsome.
Michael Bivins is 53. That's the Biv of Belle Biv DeVoe. He also was in The New Edition. Riddick Bowe, 54 years old today. Bowe was the world heavyweight champ when he beat Evander Holyfield by decision in 1992. Then he got real chubby, joined the Marines, got kicked out of the Marines, and then kidnapped his estranged wife and kids.
I do know nothing about that one. Kidnapping a wife and
Yeah.
kids. I don't remember that
Yeah,
story.
Riddick Bowe.
But he had been a wrestler.
No, a boxer.
A boxer. Oh, yeah.
Former heavyweight champ.
You just said Evander Holyfield.
Yep.
By decision,
Yep.
he won.
John Ferris, 60 years old from INXS. Antonio Banderas is 61. Rosanna Arquette is 62. She inspired two of the most classic jams of the 80s.
To one of my favorite jams ever, she was an inspiration for. Dated Peter Gabriel for a little while, and
for sure.
he wrote In Your Eyes.
That was a good tune. Very, very good tune. Ian Anderson, 74, leader of Jethro Tull. Bungle in the Jungle. That's the only song I remember them. Yeah, 74. Let me see here. Ronnie Spector, 78 years old today. The Ronettes, biggest hit, Be My Baby.
Oh, yeah. She was inspired by that's who Eddie Money is singing with when in Be My Little Baby, when he says, just like Ronnie said, and she comes in, Be My Little Baby.
There you go.
That's her.
Celebrating birthdays in the heavens, Eddie Fisher passed away in 2010. That's Princess Leah's dad. Jimmy Dean, the delicious sausage king. Jimmy Dean passed away in 2010.
I thought he was still with us now.
Nope.
I thought I saw him not too long ago unless that was his brother.
Nope.
Because I think there are brothers involved.
One half of the Righteous Brothers, Bobby Hatfield, passed away in 2003. You heard their version of Unchained Melody.
Loving feeling.
In
lost
Ghost.
The loving feeling. Yeah.
And You Lost That Loving Feeling from Top Gun. The other half of the Righteous Brothers was Bill Medley. Oh, man, excuse me. Right on the air, no less.
Bless you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, Bill Medley.
Bill Medley from I Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, sang that one with Jennifer Warrens. Does the other part of that?
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
There was a story that he did not want to complete that song with her. I don't know. They
don't know why.
Had a little bit of friction, I get, or some sort of thing when both of them walked in the studio.
Okay.
But thank goodness that they went on and brought that song together because that's just like an all-time favorite, like a timeless classic.
Leo Fender passed away in 1991, most noted for inventing the electric bass and put out the first mass-produced solid body electric guitar. Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton were among the rockers who used the Fender guitars.
That's awesome.
And lastly, Jack Haley, the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, celebrating a birthday today. Born in 1897, died in 1979.
Passed away in 1979. What was his real name? The Tin Man?
Jack Haley.
Jack Haley.
He was 82 when he passed away.
He was so cute playing that Tin Man, wasn't he? He was just cute. Yeah.
Today, Bonnie, is National Lazy Day. It's National Lazy Day. So in today's plugged-in world, we often find ourselves wishing for a day when we didn't have to do not a damn thing.
But there's no time to be lazy.
Nothing at all.
There are things to be done.
Not even the tiniest bit of work. In other words, we long for a lazy day.
We really do.
So it's National Lazy Day.
Wish I could get one of those.
Enjoy it. Go home.
Even one lazy hour would be good.
You know what?
It's
National Lazy Day, so just take an hour and just be lazy for an hour. Just kick your feet up on the counter right there, and I'll read the news. Just give me the papers.
Cuddle up
I'll
with a
give
dog
you the
or a
next
cat.
newscast off. You can be lazy for 10 minutes if you want.
Okay.
It's also National Spoil Your Dog Day. Yes, it's National Spoil Your Dog Day.
I'm all about that. If I only had a dog, maybe I can come to your house and spoil your dog, Evan.
Don't know if she'd let you in. Don't know if she'd let you in.
Bite my finger.
Pretty protective.
Yeah.
But it's National Spoil Your Dog Day. So if you have a four-legged animal and it's a dog, make sure and spoil your four-legged best friend.
She would let me in if I had a nice juicy steak for her.
If you had a treat for her, I'm sure
Yes.
she would. I'm sure she would.
Bite my hand off with the steak, getting the steak.
Lastly, it's National S'mores Day. National, now that one hits home.
Oh, it does.
National S'mores Day. That's
Yeah.
right. We honor the most commonly packed camping snack by celebrating National S'mores Day today. Summertime is here, and when it comes to camping and gathering around the fire pit and the great outdoors, we make those s'mores, originating right here in the good old USA.
We forgot to break out the s'mores too on Saturday night again. Boy, do
Really?
we suck as parents. No.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that. Just straightforward. You just threw yourself and Gary right under the 18-wheeler. Forget the bus. You went right under the 18-wheeler.
No, it's the second,
Boy, do we suck as parents.
It's the second time we had them all. Oh, there was a reason for it, though. Coming, right home from the Thirsty Turtle and
Right.
everybody's full. Of course, you're not going to be thinking about s'mores.
Mm.
And I have that full belly. I'm not even thinking about firing up a grill. So we
Man.
missed it again.
Never heard anybody do that before. That was a great one. That was classic.
Those kids better remind me the next time they come over to
Well, no,
do the
remember
s'mores.
you're not taking orders anymore. Remember, the kitchen is closed down. Bonnie is done waiting on people, so they take what they get and that's it.
You
No
go
more
make your
placing
own.
orders. Go make your own damn s'more because
Make
you
your
suck
own-
as parents.
Put your own bag in the popcorn in the microwave.
There you
Doggone
go.
it.
What is it? 2 minutes and that's it. How hard is it to mess up popcorn in the
I
microwave?
probably could.
No way. How could you mess that up? The
No.
instructions are what does it say? Put the bag in for 2 minutes. This side up.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of food,
Yeah.
I'll admit I did not cook dinner last night. Remember we talked about I was going to do orange chicken.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I went to
never
the
did?
store. I went to the store yesterday. Okay, and got all the ingredients. I even bought sticky rice. They make special white rice that's called sticky rice.
Okay. Does it stick all together?
It sticks
like
together
nice and
like
gluey?
what you get at the Chinese restaurant.
Yep.
You know the white rice they give you, and it's all sticky and it's stuck together.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so I bought sticky rice. I bought the orange glaze that Panda Express uses on the orange chicken.
Oh, nice.
The actual orange glaze.
Yeah. And did it say Panda Express on
Panda
the...
Express bottle.
Oh, that's cool.
So you know it's going to be good. Okay. And I went and got the orange sticky rice. It's in the frozen food section.
All right.
Okay. You put it in a microwave for like 2 minutes, this side up, don't poke any holes, and you got sticky rice. Bought a couple of gallons. I'll tell you a story about a gallon of milk in a second.
Okay.
Bought a couple of gallons of milk and some orange juice and got Rachel her coffee creamer, and stuff like that. So I got home and I ate a late lunch and I really wasn't all that hungry. So I said, Rach, do you mind if we do it like Tuesday night? She goes, that's fine. I'll just make myself something to eat. So she took frozen pizza out of the deep freeze in the garage and she made a DiGiorno frozen stuffed crust pizza.
Gotta be
So-
DiGiorno.
yes.
DiGiorno.
Yeah, so we had pizza. So going back to the gallon of milk, Rachel went to the store like a week or so ago and she picked up a few things. And we went out, Gavin and I went out and we got the stuff out of the truck. And we didn't realize that a gallon of milk had slid under Rachel's seat.
Oh, my.
Oh my
Oh.
is an understatement.
And you forgot it under there?
It fermented there for 7 days.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that had to stink up a storm in there.
It did more than stink up a storm. She couldn't figure out what it was and reached under the seat and pulled out a fermented gallon of milk that was there for
Wow.
over a week.
She had a sour truck.
Oh.
So, I bet it smelled all soury in there.
So we got the stink away.
Yeah.
So I said, go put it in the trash can by the curb, but don't bring the trash can in the garage.
Uh-huh.
So we left it out there. So it fermented for another 7 days in the trash can out by the garbage, and the garbage guys are picking up the trash today.
Did she get rid of the stink in her truck
The stink is gone.
by using buttermilk?
No, she
Doesn't buttermilk get rid of stink?
No, she got the spray bottle of Febreze.
Oh, yeah.
And that worked.
That's good stuff.
So now when the trash people come to pick up the trash today, underneath the garbage bag, hidden very discreetly, is the fermented gallon of milk from 2 weeks ago.
If I worked on the garbage truck, I would always have to wear a mask.
Can you imagine?
I don't know how they do it.
Can you imagine when they dump that trash in the garbage truck and it makes its way inside and it gets compacted and it bursts? Talk about a stinky garbage truck. Garbage trucks are stinky enough as they are, but this garbage truck, forget it. They're going to think a bomb went off in this thing.
The neighbors are going to smell it coming.
Oh, let me tell you, it's not going to be a pretty sight. That's all I got to say.
It's a good thing she found it, when she did, which seemed like it was 7 days too late, but at least y'all found it.
When Gavin pulled that thing out from underneath and held it with the bag and he looked at it, and the stench came up, he just, the expression on his face
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's your birthdays and anniversaries and back in the day for a Tuesday, August the 10th, 2021. Time for news, all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Here's Bonnie at the news desk.
Good morning. St. Lucie County schools start today. And what is their mask policy? WPTV's Todd Wilson with the story.
St. Lucie students head back to school Tuesday. At the moment, the district is all in-person learning. So the question is, what's the mask policy?
It's really in the hands of the parents.
St. Lucie School Superintendent spoke with us via a Facebook interview Monday.
We're highly recommending the parents to put masks on their children, but that is a parent choice.
In fact, the district can't make it less than a parent's decision given Governor DeSantis' executive order that forbids mandates. Gent believes parents have a tough decision to make, but he believes parents should do their homework when it comes to facial coverings.
I don't think there's anything that you lose by erring on the side of caution and placing a mask on the student.
With positivity rates rising, the next question is, will virtual learning be implemented again? Gent says right now there's no virtual option.
We'll be doing in our district is that if a child is test positive and has to go home, or if a student has to be quarantined, then we've got a computer that we'll give them, and then there's an online platform. It's called Canvas, and then they can follow they won't see their teacher live, but they'll see their lessons.
The St. Lucie School District is responsible for roughly 40,000 students. Gent says staff and teachers are not required to wear masks. He says, however, he is urging everyone to get vaccinated.
We have to make decisions, and tough decisions. We're ready to make those as well. But we want to see these boys and girls tomorrow coming in, getting dropped off.
Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
The decision to permanently approve a Costco and 378 apartment units had Stewart commissioners debating into the late hours Monday. WPTV's Derek Lowe reports.
More than 160,000 square feet of retail space and 378 apartment units.
Your vote will change the face of our city forever. There's no going back.
Stewart City Commissioners are faced with a decision that has residents divided.
It would be beneficial, I believe, and serve many people, not only in the Stewart community, but in the neighboring communities also.
The proposed site that would also include spaces for restaurants and a gas station is centered along Canner Highway, just south of Martin County High School. Many opposed say they're not against Costco, but the location that has been selected.
The high schoolers shouldn't have to deal with all the traffic and the safety issues which will arise.
Among the top concerns, the environment and the riddance of natural vegetation.
Destroy wetlands and have a negative effect on many small local businesses.
I think it's a great place to support our small businesses because they can buy tools that they need and items that they need.
Costco representatives say the development would bring 175 jobs to the city. The project received unanimous approval at its first of 2 readings.
It's just a wise decision, and I ask you to consider welcoming them.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
The state could defund the salaries of district superintendents and county school board members who mandate mask wearing in schools, according to a statement from Governor Ron DeSantis' office. His spokeswoman, Christina Pushaw, released the following language Monday afternoon, saying, with respect to enforcing any financial consequences for noncompliance of state law regarding these rules, and ultimately the rights of parents to make decisions about their children's education and healthcare decisions, it would be the goal of the State Board of Education to narrowly tailor any financial consequences to the offense committed. For example, the State Board of Education could move to withhold the salary of the district superintendent or school board members as a narrowly tailored means to address the decision makers who led to the violation of law. Education funding is intended to benefit students first and foremost, not systems. The governor's priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring that every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs. The legal authority to withhold the salary money wasn't immediately clear, but Pushaw later clarified in a tweet that teachers' and staff salaries are not under threat. They didn't make the decision to break the rules. It didn't take any intricate pitch for LeBron James to convince his friend of more than 20 years, Carmelo Anthony, to join him on the Los Angeles Lakers. No digging into minutia about playing time or role. No selling the off-court opportunities that LA provides. Just a friend telling another friend he'd like to do something together. James, the number 1 pick in the 2003 draft, and Anthony, the number 3, came into the league together after being 2 of the top prep prospects in the country during their high school days when they got to know one another at the AAU circuit. News time, we have 7:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, we're not finding any accidents to report on our roadways for Martin County and St. Lucie County. Looks good right now if you're heading out, and have a safe ride. And if you see something, say something, tell us at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. We have 80 right now here in Stuart, and it's 79 in Katy, Texas. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies, and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches. Stay with your WPTV First Alert weather team for the very latest updates. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Jennifer Aniston says she's cut unvaccinated people from her life. Relax, Matthew Perry. Unvaccinated, not unemployed. Charlie Watts will miss the Rolling Stones' upcoming tour due to health issues. Even more shocking, Keith Richards won't. Self-made billionaire Kylie Jenner turns 24 today. She plans to celebrate by blowing up some self-made balloons and purchasing a self-made cake. Gift, you can't go wrong with bras. She doesn't seem to have very many of those. A Wisconsin man set a Guinness record by eating 32,340 Big Macs. He also has the record for world's most impacted colon. And today is National Lazy Day. I'll celebrate it tomorrow. I don't have the energy today. This is not headline news.
From not headline news, we go to the stupid stuff.
Stupid news.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
All right, so we're going to head on over to the other side of the state of Florida, the Sunshine State. The other side, just south of Tampa, to Clearwater, Florida, Bonnie. Clearwater, Florida.
That's a very nice area.
Oh, it's gorgeous here. The beaches are beautiful. They're
nice
crystal
blue.
Clear.
The sands are so white.
White.
And the people are very friendly.
Why can't we have white sand over here? Or blue water?
I know, like a little bit bluer, right? I don't know. I still love our area beaches.
Maybe I'll dump some dye in the ocean. A couple in Clearwater, Florida was sitting down for a spaghetti dinner last Thursday evening. Very nice romantic spaghetti dinner, or technically, well, Friday morning. It was late. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. 45-year-old Stephanie Lannis and 35-year-old Adolfo Rivera had both been drinking, and they started arguing over the spaghetti dinner. And it eventually turned into a food fight.
Now, wait, they
guessed it.
were eating the spaghetti dinner at what hour of the morning?
1 o'clock in the morning.
1 in the morning.
They're having a little late night romantic dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned into a food fight. We don't know who instigated the food fight, but they both ended up mashing a plate of spaghetti into each other's face.
Did they throw any meatballs at one another?
Well, somebody called the cops.
A little meatball fight?
Yeah, somebody called the cops, and they were still covered in spaghetti when the police showed up.
You know, having a fight with spaghetti, that sounds kind of fun. They should make a sport out of that.
Maybe an Olympic sport.
Spaghetti fighting.
Spaghetti fighting. Well, now both of them are facing charges for domestic battery. Stephanie also got arrested back in October for stabbing Adolfo in the arm during another drunken fight.
Wow. They should not be having spaghetti together at 1 a.m.
Once bitten, twice shy.
I don't know if they should be having spaghetti together
Third
anytime.
time's a charm of meatballs.
Yes.
Let's go to Louisiana, where a 30-year-old Louisiana man named Devin Jones was on his way home from his wedding this past Saturday evening with his bride and a male friend. Now, they got stuck in a bad traffic jam caused by a car crash and were airing some dirty laundry. Yes, they were airing out some dirty laundry at the same time. Devin accused the friend of having an affair with his new wife, and it got heated. So what did Devin do? Well, he grabbed a gun and jumped out of the car and started chasing the friend through the traffic, firing shots at him.
I want to know, did the friend really have the affair with his new wife?
Well,
did he deserve this?
One hit the friend in the leg and another injured somebody else in another car. The bride ran over to some first responders who were helping the victims of the crash that caused the traffic jam and said her husband was trying to kill her. Then she barricaded herself in the ambulance. Then Devin came after her. He was arrested for attempted murder and second-degree battery.
Yep, her new husband is going away for a little while.
Just a tad bit. I guess they annulled the marriage. The people he shot were flown to the hospital and are recovering. Devin was wearing his tuxedo at the time, and his wife was in the wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I just had a flashback of watching Vacation with Chevy Chase and the wife, and when they get to Wally World, and after he takes the gun out on John Candy, and they have to go on the roller coasters and all the ride, and when all is said and done, the wifey says, your dad's going to be going away for a little while.
Yeah, that story seems like an episode for Jerry Springer. It's got Jerry Springer written all over it, or Maury Povich, one of the two shows.
Oh, boy.
Let's go to Starbucks. Everybody loves some Starbucks, right, Bonnie? Everybody does. People love to drink Starbucks every now and then.
You can tell by those long lines.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday, Starbucks on Palm City on a Sunday.
Yeah, well, it was the Starbucks
2
order.
days ago.
It was the Starbucks order from hell. So big that Adina, the barista, had to create this makeshift cup to hold all the ingredients. The order was for a venti-sized caramel macchiato, customized with more than 20 extra add-ons.
Wow.
Now
20.
20. She posted a video on TikTok and jokingly said it's a 5-minute craft. She basically duct taped 2 cups together, then cut the bottom off one side before pouring in the enormous drink, which included, ready? Hazelnut syrup, raspberry syrup, peppermint syrup, toffee nut syrup, caramel sauce, duck caramel sauce, several different types of milk, and 5 shots of espresso.
Why would you need all of those ingredients all blended and mixed up?
I don't know.
The peppermint or the caramel syrup sounds good alone. But
Total price.
To mix them and mosh that all up, why?
Total price for the massive drink, $29.62. And we can't even begin to imagine the amount of calories.
Yeah, $29 for one drink.
One drink that the barista had to take 2 cups and duct tape them together.
When Topanga has ordered these in the past, I already thought they were kind of pricey, but really good, delicious drinks. But at $29,
yep.
Yikes.
Yep. Now I can relate to this next story. Okay, I can definitely relate to this next story. A woman complained on a website that her husband spends 4 hours a day hiding out in the bathroom, visiting his office. Okay.
Is that what you do? You hide out in the office a little bit.
I can go in the office for at least an hour or so at a time.
Oh, man.
And just hang out.
Do you
and
think
read.
it adds up to 4 hours in the day?
It could. And she is sick of it. She doesn't think he has issues in there. It sounds more like he enjoys the alone time and likes to play games on his phone. She says he even takes 45 minutes to go number 1 sometimes. And the whole thing came to a head when it happened at a restaurant. He went to the bathroom after they ordered dinner, and he was still in there when the food arrived. So she ate her food alone, paid half the bill, and left without him.
Wow.
When she left, he was still in the bathroom.
Still in there. What's he doing in there?
Wait, it gets better. The restaurant closed up shop, and they didn't know he was in there, and he was still in the bathroom. Still in the bathroom.
Somebody better bring a paramedic in there and go see what's up.
Well,
is the guy still breathing?
Eventually, when he came out of the bathroom, he set the alarm off, and the owners had to come down and let him out of the store.
You say this guy's still alive in the bathroom even after the store closes.
Yeah.
What's he doing in there?
I don't know, but he's angry at his wife for not being more patient and waiting for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
If this happened with me and him, that would be testing my patience.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Can you imagine if Gary went in there?
For hours
for
on end.
hours on end.
I would be in there opening up the door to. Why didn't that wife go in there?
Throw a smoke bomb.
Why
in
didn't
there?
she go on in there to find out what was going on and what he was doing?
I'd throw a smoke bomb in there.
Yeah,
smoke him out.
I'll tell you what. I would be opening up that door and finding out. Now it's got me wondering. what was he doing? Even in
Makes
there,
you wonder.
even after he closed.
What was he doing? There's so many things he could have been doing.
Maybe he has a sleeping problem, and maybe he was catching up on sleep or something.
Don't
Some
know.
people do have that.
Don't know.
I worked with a guy at the call center who
Mhm.
was having a problem because upon sitting, he would just start falling asleep.
So he went into the bathroom and got some Z's.
Maybe that's what this guy
Maybe
did.
his butt got stuck in the toilet seat and he couldn't get out. I mean,
Maybe.
anything's possible.
It is.
Let's go to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where a guy broke into a bunch of businesses last month. All of them happened to be ice cream shops. Now, in the span of a few days, he broke into 8 different ice cream stores and stole money.
Summertime is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Break into an ice cream shop.
Yep.
I thought he wanted to enjoy the ice cream, but he stole money.
Well, it's not clear if he also stole any ice cream or not. A police officer spotted his car one night and they tracked him down a few days later. The guy's name is Cameron Harris, and he's only 25 years old. They released him on bond last Thursday with an ankle monitor to track his movements until his trial. And here's where it really gets stupid.
They find him back at the ice cream parlor.
Once he was out, he robbed 3 more ice cream shops.
3 more now.
The GPS on his ankle monitor showed he was at all 3 stores when the break-ins happened. So they arrested the guy all over again, and now he's facing charges for robbing 11 different ice cream stores.
Wonder why he's picking all of those. That's like a serial robber of ice cream shops.
I don't know.
He's robbing all the same kind of store.
Maybe he can't find a sweetheart of a girlfriend, so he decided to find something sweet to eat.
Maybe.
And that's exactly what happened.
Wow, that's funky though that he would be robbing all of the same kind of stores, the ice cream shops, and
11
and not pick a different thing to rob.
11 different ice cream stores.
Interesting.
11. I wonder what flavors he stole.
And this is in Grand Rapids? I didn't even know Grand Rapids, Michigan would even have that number of ice cream stores in the area. I mean, it's Grand Rapids is really well known, but I don't think it's the one of the more populated, biggest towns in Michigan.
Speaking of ice cream, Bonnie, real quick before we get to news, I was at the store the other day and I found the official strawberry shortcake ice cream
you
bars.
did now.
Yes.
So Rachel doesn't have to look for them for you anymore.
I found them.
That's great.
Remember we were talking about those little ice cream cones first?
Yeah, they're kind of mini ones.
Yeah. So I found the actual strawberry shortcake ice cream bars.
Wow.
And I bought a box of them.
Were they BOGOs too? Did you
No,
get get one?
I saw them at Publix.
Yeah.
And I bought them real quick.
Oh yeah, Publix has good ice cream lately.
Let's take a real quick phone call, then we'll get to news. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
You mean your wife found them?
Oh, okay. Gosh.
Evan just said that he found them now.
Sorry. Okay. She found it.
We're detecting a little strawberry ice cream lie.
Yeah, she found them. Yeah. She goes, aren't these the ones? And I'm like, yeah, those are them.
Were you out shopping together?
Yes.
And then Rachel actually found some.
Yeah, we went to the store together and she found them. Yeah, it was her. Yeah, I admit I lied.
It's odd that we didn't. That was Publix, right?
Yep.
Oh, were you at Publix in Tradition?
Yep.
Okay, because I was thinking we could have run into you yesterday
I
when we
lied.
were at Publix.
I'll admit it. I lied. I'm caught. That's it. I'm done. I guess I'm in the doghouse
But
tonight.
did you eat them all when you got home? Are
No.
they all gone now?
No, there's still a few in there.
Okay.
I
So
think
you're
there
going to be
is.
the one going back to the store to buy some more.
Yeah,
Now
if
you know
there's-
this.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that.
I had tried to find them at Walmart, but I couldn't. Walmart usually has them. That's when I bought the mini ice cream cones.
Oh, there's something wrong with our phone connection here, Bonnie. Can't hear anything for some reason. There's something wrong with the phone connection here, Bonnie. Do you detect a little noise on
I'm
the line?
hearing a little swishing
Yeah,
going
those
on.
are. We got to get to news. We're way over the time on news. Anyway, got to run. Talk to you later. Bye. Can't believe I just did that.
Well, I'm glad you
Oh,
found
I
the
am
treats.
so going to get in trouble for
Glad
this.
you found the treats, no matter who found them. At least
I'm
you have them.
so going to get in trouble now. 7:47. I guess I'll sleep on the couch tonight. It's time for news. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Go say hello to Hawk Levy and take an ice cream bar with you at the same time.
I'm sure Hawk would enjoy that.
He definitely would. Bonnie's at the news desk with the headlines.
Good morning once again. With most Florida public schools heading back to class this week and those supporting mask mandates making a final push to get districts to cover up, WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has this.
Leadership at Leon Schools announcing Monday it won't fully comply with Governor Ron DeSantis' rules on mask mandates.
I am going to require masks to be worn by all students pre-K through 8.
The superintendent leaving only a carve-out for those with a doctor's note. A tough call, he says, but one he didn't want to regret.
I didn't do what was best for the children here in Tallahassee and Leon County. That's on me. And every time I looked at myself in the mirror, it would be really hard.
At least one other district has a similar measure, and Senate Democrats are now urging they all follow CDC guidance and mask in class. Minority Leader Lauren Book penning this letter to officials at all 67 school systems. Quote, "We believe in and support local rule, and we know your commitment to our children is your highest priority."
Masks help us be safe, everyone.
Other letters coming from younger advocates like Lila Hartley. The 12-year-old recently wrote Duval schools urging they mask up without exception for the sake of her 10-year-old brother.
I just don't want him or any other kids that can't get vaccinated to get sick at school.
While these efforts may lead to more districts breaking with the governor, he's likely to continue standing firm.
Well, I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision.
His office again warning non-compliance could mean a district funding cut, not to learning, but perhaps slicing superintendent or school board pay. Quote, "The governor's priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring that every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs."
The decision to permanently approve a Costco and 378 apartment units had Stewart commissioners debating into the late hours Monday. WPTV's Derek Lowe reports.
More than 160,000 square feet of retail space and 378 apartment units.
Your vote will change the face of our city forever. There's no going back.
Stewart City Commissioners are faced with a decision that has residents divided.
It would be beneficial, I believe, and serve many people, not only in the Stewart community, but neighboring communities also.
The proposed site that would also include spaces for restaurants and a gas station is centered along Canner Highway, just south of Martin County High School. Many opposed say they're not against Costco, but the location that has been selected.
The high schoolers shouldn't have to deal with all the traffic and the safety issues which will arise.
Among the top concerns, the environment and the riddance of natural vegetation and wildlife.
Destroy wetlands and have a negative effect on many small local businesses.
I think it's a great place to support our small businesses because they can buy tools that they need and items that they need.
Costco representatives say the development would bring 175 jobs to the city. The project received unanimous approval at its first of 2 readings.
It's just a wise decision. And I ask you to consider welcoming them.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
With Florida seeing a record number of manatee deaths this year, 2 congressmen Monday said they have introduced legislation that would designate the sea cows as an endangered species. The proposal by U.S. Representative Vern Buchanan and U.S. Representative Darren Soto, Florida, would upgrade the status of manatees under the Endangered Species Act from threatened, offering more protections. Manatees are beloved iconic mammals in Florida, Buchanan said in a prepared statement. This year's record-breaking number of manatee deaths is staggering and extremely concerning, which is why upgrading their Endangered Species Act status is absolutely critical. We must do everything we can to protect these gentle giants and Florida's official marine mammal. And lastly, the first named tropical system in the Atlantic since early July could form by tomorrow. An area of low pressure is swirling closer to the Caribbean. Florida Weather Center's Carrie Schwindenhammer says there's a good chance the state will see some effects down the road.
Many places in Florida will probably have some kind of an impact from this.
And we take a quick look at sports. And we have, the greatest news for our area sports fans, baseball fans, fans, friends, and family packed Hurricane Grill and Wings in Palm City on Monday night to watch the Martin County North Little League baseball team beat Georgia 4-0 to punch its ticket to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. The Florida State champs pitched a shutout in the Southeastern Regional Semifinals, which aired live on ESPN2. So way to go, our Martin County North Little League baseball players. Yes. News time is 7:58 with weather and traffic together coming up.
$7:54 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together.
Nice ride on this Tuesday morning. We're not finding any accidents to report. And if you see traffic, give us a call. We're right here at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. And Palm City is up to 80 right now. In Bucaramanga, Colombia, partly cloudy, 68. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies, and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches. Stay with your WPTV First Alert weather team for the very latest updates. I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Hour number 3 for you and me.
What do you want to do today?
Well, I don't know. Let me think about it for a minute.
Let's get weird!
No, not getting weird. Do you have another suggestion?
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Now, that's more like it. Let's put a shrimp on the Barbie, as they say. 8:07 on the Get Up and Go show. Mr. Clock, would you certify that?
It's now 8:08 a.m.
Wow, I was wrong. I said 8:07, and Mr. Clock certified 8:08.
He corrected
Wow,
you then,
I got
guess.
corrected by
The clock
by a
certifier.
The clock certifier corrected me. I was wrong. I feel terrible.
But
I
we got to
feel
get out the
awful.
right time.
I know. I feel awful. Mr. Clock, would you certify again, please?
It's now 8:08 a.m.
Thank you very much. And that's time now. When you hear that music, it's time for the one and only Major John Budenseek from the Martin County Sheriff's Office with the politically corrected time as well. John, how you doing this morning?
I am well. Good morning to you all.
I want to make sure we get the right time right before we bring you on. I was wrong. The clock threw me under the bus.
Well, I can't help you there, Evan, but I like hearing you say you're wrong. I don't think that happens very often.
No, and I admit, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I've admitted it before, right, Bonnie?
Yeah. A time or two.
Yeah, a time
or two.
Or 3 or 4, something of that sort. Anyway, let's just jump right in and let's get an update on what's going on at the sheriff's office and the COVID situation down there.
Well, we're busy at the sheriff's office. As far as COVID goes, our COVID positive numbers have reduced from 20 to 15, so that is good for us. However, we have around 45 quarantine right now. That's the most we've ever had. So we're being, as you can see, extra cautious.
Mm-hmm.
It is costing us some money to get things, keep things operational like we are. But I think we're getting under control. In the jail, we had the entire jail locked down for a period of time. We are able to now start to loosen up some of the restrictions and open up different wings within the jail. So we're making progress, but it's one day at a time.
All right. Very good. Very good. John, is when we were kids, we used to like to play this little game called peekaboo, but as an adult, it's not advisable. And I'll let you collaborate on that.
When you're in your mid-60s as a grown man, it's absolutely not advisable. Last Thursday night, we received a 911 call from a neighbor who saw a man hanging out looking in the windows of their neighbor's house. Well, our air unit was up and they did what they do best. They dialed right in on him, and sure enough, there was a man crouching and then eventually standing, staring, peeking in a lady's window for an extended period of time. I mean, too long. It's very awkward. Our deputies responded. At some point in that process, he was spooked and began to walk away, but it was too late. They already had him on video, and they arrested him for loitering and prowling and voyeurism.
What area was that in?
It was in Jensen Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
I know those 2 charges I just outlined are just misdemeanors, but it's kind of frightening to watch that. That could happen to anybody's house. My house is kind of open. It could happen in my house, and the setback to realize there's still perverts, for lack of a better word, out there doing those things is frightening. And then, of course, we arrest them. He only gets arrested for misdemeanor charges. I think there should be some kind of a felony.
Oh, there was an arrest made, though?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got him.
I wasn't sure if you got him or if he was just seen peering. Okay.
Oh, no. They caught him right there. This particular individual's been arrested by us 18 different times.
Oh, my. He's got a record a mile long.
He does. And 2 other times were for the same charge.
Wow.
So, like I said, I lament the fact that there is not a progressive charge that applies to that, because clearly he has some kind of a sexual problem. I'm sorry to be crude, but
no, that's all right.
Got some kind of issue going.
No, I would have done what I would have done, John, very simply. I would have opened my front door and just kind of accidentally let my canine wander out in the yard and let my canine have a field day. Pretty much.
That may be what it takes. Unfortunately, the lady was sound asleep. She had no idea.
Oh my!
The sheriff's office was out there. She had no idea that that person was out there, that her neighbor had called 911. She was oblivious to the whole thing until the sheriff's office knocked on her door and told her what was going on.
What a scary thing, to wake up to and to find that out. That's for sure. Major Budenseek, deputies too had received some reports about the land surveyors finding bones of an unidentified person. Can you tell us anything about that in the Emerald Lakes Homes community?
Yes. Yesterday, midday, we received a 911 call from surveyors who had found skeletal remains of what we believe is a man. We know it's human remains, but we believe it's a man. Our detectives responded out there. Right now, where we are in the case, we don't believe there's any foul play. Unfortunately, in that area, we do have a problem with homeless people setting up camp. And this does have the trappings of a camp. And again, unfortunately, due to the lifestyle, being homeless and some of the substance abuse issues that go along with it, it's not uncommon for us a couple times a year to have untimely deaths in these camps.
I see. Yeah.
Unfortunately, in this case, it's actually very sad. Nobody was missing. Nobody called to check on them. Whoever this individual is, they just passed away and then were there long enough to end up in the condition they were. We do have a presumptive ID because we found a driver's license and some other paperwork right there next to the remains. But of course, we won't know definitively who that DNA comes back.
Right. And two, he might have, who knows, he might have relatives in this area. He might have relatives from out of state, unknown who his immediate family is. But first, of course, you have to send the remains away for identifying and to accurately identify this individual, who at least you can tell us was a man.
We believe it was. And we do go through missing persons reports, or we get them, but we solve them also. So we have no outstanding missing persons reports from the Martin County area. No one is looking for this individual. So
tomorrow we have a big day happening in Martin County, don't we?
Parents are happy and source officers are not happy.
And the motor officers will be out in droves.
They will all be out tomorrow. I had a meeting yesterday with the school resource officers. There's 30 plus of them. They're ready to roll. They're going back. They have their marching orders. They've reviewed the new laws and the things that are tweaked over the summer. They're ready to roll. They'll be in each school. We're going to have extra presence in those school zones like we talked about. Motor officers will be out there. Rope officers will be out there, and whoever else is available just to patrol those zones to reacclimate our county residents that they need to slow down as they're passing through.
And there will be no warnings at all, especially from the motor guys. There is no mercy with those guys, as Sheriff Snyder has told us in the past. They have zero tolerance. You are getting written, period, end of sentence, correct?
They are very serious about their job, and their job is very important. Now, they do have the ability to have some leeway there, so that's on them. That's up to them what they decide.
Right. But long and the short of it is, you just shouldn't simply be going more than 20 miles an hour in a school zone.
Yes, there are children. There are school crossing guards that are out there trying to safely cross these kids. I know everybody's in a hurry to go to work, but if you can just leave a little early, just get used to that, because school will be back on now for another 9 months. So we're back at it.
We talked to Superintendent Dr. John Millay to this week, and he had great news about how Martin County School District put a nice, exciting alarm system in their schools, which is kind of like a mandatory thing they have to get now for schools following Alyssa's law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we use that. That's an incredible system, and I don't know if he explained it to you, but any employee on that campus can push a button. It activates, alerts us. We know exactly where the problem is. We can fire up our real-time crime center and start looking at the cameras exactly where the problem is, and we can go there right away, right to the problem, not just to the school and try to figure out where it is. We can go right to where the issue is taking place and take care of business. We've already used that. We had trespassers in Indiantown last year. They weren't doing anything other than trespassing. They were kids. They ended up being kids, but we didn't know it at the time. Had hopped the fence, came on the property. Teacher saw it, activated that system, and we were able to respond quickly. And we took them into custody temporarily, and then we kind of vetted out that they were just kids.
Now, is this a device that every teacher and administrator, right up to the principal, is going to be wearing around their neck when they're on school property?
Yes. It's kind of like a magnetic door card.
Okay.
There's a button on it that they can push, and it sends out a GPS location of where they are on the property, and everybody in the school should have the ability to do a lockdown with that mechanism. So it's very impressive.
With the times like they are, I think, you're giving out some positive information for the community, particularly for Martin County, sending the kids back to school already tomorrow, and with the frustration to wear a mask, to not wear a mask, to get vaccinated, not get vaccinated. It's nice that parents can know that Martin County School District has this sort of alarm system that gets a hold of you authorities so quickly and so well.
It's amazing. And of course, Martin County always invests heavily in the security of their kids and the well-being of our children. My children go to school also. So
absolutely.
Yeah, kudos to them. And I think it's a great program. We're looking at it in other parts of the county now because we think it's that successful.
Wonderful.
Very good. It's Major John Budenseek with the Martin County Sheriff's Office, pinch hitting for Sheriff William Snyder, who is away on business and will be back one of these weeks. I'm sure he'll be back in the saddle. But in the meantime, Major John Budenseek, always happy to fill in and let us know what's going on. John, always a pleasure. We really, truly enjoy having you on the program.
Enjoyed it all. So y'all have a good week.
Have a great week as well. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold will be opening up at $1,731.90 an ounce. Silver opening up $23.41 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. $8:22 news time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thank you, Evan. St. Lucie Schools start today. What is their mask policy? WPTV's Todd Wilson has the story.
St. Lucie students head back to school Tuesday. At the moment, the district is all in-person learning. So the question is, what's the mask policy?
It's really in the hands of the parents.
St. Lucie School Superintendent spoke with us via a Facebook interview Monday.
We're highly recommending the parents to put masks on their children, but that is a parent choice.
In fact, the district can't make it less than a parent's decision given Governor DeSantis' executive order that forbids mandates. Jet believes parents have a tough decision to make, but he believes parents should do their homework when it comes to facial coverings.
I don't think there's anything that you lose by erring on the side of caution and placing a mask on the student.
With positivity rates rising, the next question is, will virtual learning be implemented again? Jen says right now there's no virtual option.
We'll be doing in our district is that if a child is test positive and has to go home, or if a student has to be quarantined, then we've got a computer that we'll give them, and then there's an online platform. It's called Canvas, and then they can follow they won't see their teacher live, but they'll see their lessons.
The St. Lucie School District is responsible for roughly 40,000 students. Jen says staff and teachers are not required to wear masks. He says, however, he is urging everyone to get vaccinated.
We have to make decisions, and tough decisions. We're ready to make those as well. But we want to see these boys and girls tomorrow coming in, getting dropped off.
Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
As coronavirus cases surge in Florida and across the nation, some local hospitals on Monday reported the most hospitalized COVID-positive patients since the start of the pandemic. As of Monday, there were 227 COVID-positive patients across 3 of the 4 Cleveland Clinic hospitals on the Treasure Coast. No COVID-positive patients are at Cleveland Clinic Martin South Hospital. This is the highest number of hospitalized COVID-positive patients at our Treasure Coast hospitals since the pandemic began. Dr. Richard Rothman, Institute Chair of Hospital Medicine for Cleveland Clinic, Florida, stated via email, the 227 is 5 times the 45 COVID-positive patients hospitalized July 2nd at Cleveland Clinic's Treasure Coast hospitals. There were 92 patients at Cleveland Clinic Martin North Hospital, 65 at Cleveland Clinic Tradition Hospital, and 70 at Cleveland Clinic Indian River Hospital. A land survey crew found skeletal remains near Southeast Lillian Court and US 1 south of Stewart on Monday, said Sheriff's Chief Deputy John Budenseek. Deputies received reports that the land surveyors found the bones of an unidentified person near the Emerald Lakes Homes community around 1:40 p.m. We do not suspect foul play. It's near an area where there's a bunch of homeless people, several homeless camps, Budenseek said. He said the surveyors found the skeletal remains near an area of woods where homeless people will often camp and congregate. Budenseek said based on the clothing and the identifying documents investigators found, they suspect the person who died is a man. But the deterioration of the body has made it a challenge to immediately identify the person and the time of death, the chief deputy said. The remains are going to go to the medical examiner's office, and they're going to have to make a determination as to cause of death and who we're dealing with. Prince Andrew has been reportedly sued in New York by an alleged victim of Jeffrey Epstein. According to People and ABC News, Virginia Roberts Giuffre filed a lawsuit against Prince Andrew for sexual abuse under the Child Victims Act, saying she was trafficked to him and sexually abused by him when she was 17. This isn't the first time Giuffre has alleged that she was sexually abused by the prince. In a federal lawsuit in 2015, Giuffre alleged she was forced to perform sex acts with several prominent men, including Prince Andrew in 2001. In 2019, Andrew announced that he was withdrawing from his royal duties amid renewed attention of his friendship with Epstein and Giuffre's claim that she had several sexual encounters with the prince starting when she was 17. And lastly, there's a TikTok video going viral of a mom picking her kid up from school, and he immediately starts crying because she surprised him by showing him their dog that had been missing for a year. Longtime racing announcer Bob Jenkins, a former radio voice of the Indianapolis 500, whose career spanned more than 5 decades on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway radio network, died on Monday. He was 73. Jenkins revealed in February that he had been diagnosed with brain cancer and planned to scale back his work at the Speedway as he underwent radiation and chemotherapy treatment. News time 8:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:28 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
As we bring up the latest highway report from Florida Highway Patrol, not finding any accidents right here. And have a safe ride if you're heading out. And if you see something, say something. Let us know at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. It's partly sunny, 79 in Stewart, also 79 in Jensen Beach. More on our forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies, and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches. Stay with your WPTV First Alert weather team for the very latest updates.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
8:32 right now is the time on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, astronauts of all ages, including space aliens, Randy Siegel.
Nano. Oh, wait, the wrong character. Good morning. Well, it was 1966 when NASA launched its Lunar Orbiter 1. That was the first American spacecraft to orbit the moon and survey the moon's surface. The reason for that? They wanted to find landing spots for the Surveyor spacecraft as well as the Apollo missions to the moon. In 1990, NASA's Magellan spacecraft entered orbit around Venus and was able to send back a huge amount of data for the United States. In 2001, NASA launched its STS-105 spacecraft. That was a space shuttle, and it was Shuttle Discovery, making its first flight after receiving its brand new glass cockpit that made it more efficient and was able to join Atlantis and Columbia, who had already been retrofitted with their cockpits. Well, there was a departure of Michael Watkins as director of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California. And Bill Nelson, NASA's, had a great congratulatory message on all the things he accomplished while he was JPL's director. He noted that he oversaw the launching and landing of the InSight spacecrafts and Perseverance missions to Mars, first flights for those vehicles, as well as a lot of vehicles that were launched to give us more information about the Earth. The astronauts on board the International Space Station continue to do quite a bit of science work, as well as getting ready for a new vehicle to come to the International Space Station. This afternoon at 5:56, from Wallops Island, Virginia, the North American spacecraft known as the USS Ellison Onizuka will be launched to the International Space Station, carrying a lot of supplies for the astronauts. On Thursday at 6:10 a.m., Megan MacArthur on board the station controlling the Canadarm2 robot arm will hook on to that vehicle, and then from Earth, they will safely berth it to the side of the space station. The crew spent yesterday relaxing on board the station, doing very little work. They did blood and urine collection samples, as well as swapping out some batteries on the station, but nothing of any high degree of work. The Russian cosmonauts, Oleg Novitsky and Pyotr Dubrov, they worked on the Nukia module. Nukia finally was attached to the space station, as you may recall, but now they have to start working on unpacking it, making sure everything is working on board the vehicle. So that took up the majority of their day. The astronauts were also getting ready, hopefully for a launch to take place before the end of this month, of the Boeing CST-100 Starliner spacecraft. It'll be making its second flight, and hopefully it'll be a successful one. The first one was marred with problems with payload understanding and with a lot of software. As a result, the first vehicle never reached the station. Well, now they know, having gone through a countdown in a launch attempt, that Starliner did have problems because some of the valves, in fact, 7 out of 13 valves, were not working properly. Well, now they have been able to unstick those valves and they now believe they're on a path that will allow them to launch the vehicle before the end of the month. You've got to remember, there's a lot of space traffic that goes on at the International Space Station between Russia and the United States, cargo vehicles as well as manned vehicles. So it's a tight choreography that's necessary to make sure that everything works properly that goes to the space station. From the Baikonur Cosmodrome, the Russians are working towards a November launch of the Prychal module. The Prychal module is a complex instrument that, when docked to the International Space Station, will allow additional docking ports for at least 3 or 4 additional vehicles. This will make for a better and more harmonious way to have vehicles get to the International Space Station and actually dock. Using a common docking mechanism makes it a lot better for any and all countries that would be attaching a module or a vehicle manned to the space station. The astronauts and cosmonauts on board the station will be growing greens on an industrial scale. In other words, they'll be having hydroponic gardens on board the space station, and they'll be able to take these seeds into a greenhouse, have them grow as plants, namely Peking cabbage, and then consume them on board. On long-term space flights, it'll be necessary for astronauts to grow their own food in order to get to the outer planets. Astronauts will be able to plant cereals, legumes, and dwarf tomatoes on board the station. Russia is now organizing a group of scientists for which they hope to pick new astronauts that will fly to the International Space Station and may go on to the moon. They believe that they need these highly skilled individuals as we go into them and further out. Next year, the Russians are hoping that they'll have an experiment on board the station, whale embryos. They want to see how they develop, along with the Japanese, in order to learn about what happens in zero gravity. The artificial gravity does create problems in some cases, incubation on board the station. So they want to learn more as we go out further in space. A Russian cosmonaut who hasn't flown in a long time is celebrating and saying that he really misses being in outer space and weightless. Roman Romanenko, who had a stellar career, is now retired. Tomorrow we're going to tell you about Russia polygraphing new cosmonauts and people working at the station, as well as getting ready for filming a movie on board. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time, giving us the latest and greatest to all things pertaining to NASA. And you know what time it is when you hear that music. That's right. It's time to take a trip over to Ellie's Downtown Deli.
And you know, Evan, whenever anybody gets to Ellie's Deli, they just have to smile because Chef Mark is making the fresh hot bowls of soup right now. 2 fresh daily soups he has on the plate for you, along with one of his signature sandwiches. Goes along well with a hot pastrami melt. You get this on a toasted multi-grain bread. It's topped with hot pastrami and some spicy cilantro, banana peppers, cherry peppers, sauteed onions, and pepper jack cheese. Served with a side item of some cool, fluffy potato salad. Maybe make the deli coleslaw your choice today. Black and green olives, perhaps. Oh, and keep in mind, they serve Mrs. Peter's fish dip with a jalapeno tomato, red onion, and Captain wafers. And Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now with their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
8:42 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
The decision to permanently approve a Costco and 378 apartment units had Stewart commissioners debating into the late hours on Monday. Here's WPTV's Derek Lowe.
More than 160,000 square feet of retail space and 378 apartment units.
Your vote will change the face of our city forever. There's no going back.
Stewart City Commissioners are faced with a decision that has residents divided.
It would be beneficial, I believe, and serve many people, not only in the Stewart community, but in the neighboring communities also.
The proposed site that would also include spaces for restaurants and a gas station is centered along Canner Highway, just south of Martin County High School. Many opposed say they're not against Costco, but the location that has been selected.
The high schoolers shouldn't have to deal with all the traffic and the safety issues which will arise.
Among the top concerns, the environment and the riddance of natural vegetation and wildlife.
Destroy wetlands and have a negative effect on many small local businesses.
I think it's a great place to support our small businesses because they can buy tools that they need and items that they need.
Costco representatives say the development would bring 175 jobs to the city. The project received unanimous approval at its first of two readings.
It's just a wise decision, and I ask you to consider welcoming them.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV, News Channel 5.
With most Florida public schools heading back to class this week, and those supporting mask mandates are making a final push to get districts to cover up. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders with this.
Leadership at Leon Schools announcing Monday it won't fully comply with Governor Ron DeSantis' rules on mask mandates.
I am going to require masks to be worn by all students, pre-K through 8.
The superintendent leaving only a carve-out for those with a doctor's note. A tough call, he says, but one he didn't want to regret.
I didn't do what was best for the children here in Tallahassee and Leon County. That's on me. And every time I looked at myself in the mirror, it would be really hard.
At least one other district has a similar measure, and Senate Democrats are now urging they all follow CDC guidance and mask in class. Minority Leader Lauren Book penning this letter to officials at all 67 school systems. Quote, "We believe in and support local rule, and we know your commitment to our children is your highest priority."
Masks help us be safe, everyone.
Other letters coming from younger advocates like Lila Hartley. The 12-year-old recently wrote Duval schools urging they mask up without exception for the sake of her 10-year-old brother.
I just don't want him or any other kids that can't get vaccinated to get sick at school.
While these efforts may lead to more districts breaking with the governor, he's likely to continue standing firm.
I can tell you in Florida, the parents are going to be the ones in charge of that decision.
His office again warning non-compliance could mean a district funding cut, not to learning, but perhaps slicing superintendent or school board pay. Quote, "The governor's priorities are protecting parents' rights and ensuring that every student has access to a high-quality education that meets their unique needs."
A land survey crew found skeletal remains near Southeast Lillian Court in US 1 south of Stewart on Monday, said Sheriff's Chief Deputy John Budenseek. Deputies received reports that the land surveyors found the bones of an unidentified person near the Emerald Lakes Homes community around 1:40 p.m. "We do not suspect foul play. It's near an area where there's a bunch of homeless people, several homeless camps," Budenseek said. He said the surveyors found the skeletal remains near an area of woods where homeless people will often camp and congregate. Budenseek said based on the clothing and the identifying documents investigators found, they suspect the person who died is a man, but the deterioration of the body has made it a challenge to immediately identify the person and the time of death, the chief deputy said. The remains are going to go to the medical examiner's office, and they're going to have to make a determination as to cause of death and who we're dealing with. With Florida seeing a record number of manatee deaths this year, 2 congressmen Monday said they have introduced legislation that would designate the sea cows as an endangered species. The proposal by U.S. Representative Vern Buchanan of Florida and U.S. Representative Darren Soto of Florida would upgrade the status of manatees under the Endangered Species Act from threatened, offering more protections. Manatees are beloved, iconic mammals in Florida, Buchanan said in a prepared statement. This year's record-breaking number of manatee deaths is staggering and extremely concerning, which is why upgrading the Endangered Species Act status is absolutely critical. We must do everything we can to protect these gentle giants and Florida's official marine mammal. Lastly, a family in Ohio threw out $25,000 last month, but they were able to get it back. They were cleaning out their grandmother's house and tossed a bunch of old food that was in her freezer. And then she said, "Hey, there's an envelope with 25 grand in there. Don't lose that." By the time she told them, it was already in the back of a garbage truck, but the driver hadn't made it to the dump yet. So 10 workers started sifting through 6 tons of trash, and they found the envelope within 10 minutes. Fans, friends, and family packed Hurricane Grill and Wings in Palm City last night to watch the Martin County North Little League baseball team beat Georgia 4-0 to punch its ticket to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. The Florida State champs pitched a shutout in the Southeastern Regional Semifinals, which aired live on ESPN2. Great, and congratulations to our Little Leaguers. News time is 8:49, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:50 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, it looks like up in the Fort Pierce area on I-95 southbound, there is some tire debris in the roadway. This is southbound at mile marker 138. Here in Martin County, it's looking like a good ride. We're not finding any accidents to report. No tie-ups right here. There's your latest look at traffic. Port St. Lucie at 79, and it's 81 in Stewart. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert Back to School forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 70s and some spotty downpours towards the coast. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits, partly sunny skies, and a 40% chance for inland showers and storms. Similar weather through Thursday, morning coastal rainfall followed by afternoon inland showers and storms with highs in the low 90s. Friday, increasing rain chances as what is expected to become Tropical Storm Fred approaches. Stay with your WPTV First Alert weather team for the very latest updates.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Hey there, rich, lonely, and horny. Sorry that you will no longer be able to use sugar daddy apps on your Android to hook up with young, hot friends. But guess what? Alexa is here and my friends Cortana and Siri are here to give you whatever you want. And you don't have to buy us expensive presents like sports cars, jewelry, or condos. We do, however, accept cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, Altcoin, and Dogecoin. Who's your smart speaker? Who's your smart speaker? Who's your smart speaker? Oh yes, Mama like. Please transfer more cryptocurrency into my account if you'd like to continue. You naughty, filthy rich man.
You know, it's amazing what the world is coming to today, the different apps and the different things, and there's just a perfect example for you.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all of them too, isn't it?
Technology is really amazing.
It
I mean,
is.
you can do anything at literally the push. I mean, I could open an app right now and I can remotely start my car. I can unlock my car. I can play the radio. I can turn the air conditioning on. I can do everything that needs to be done from the app in the car.
You know what app makes me the happiest on my phone, though?
Which
is
one?
My flashlight app.
Your flashlight app?
Yeah, I was able to use it yesterday when I opened up the hood of my Mustang.
That's your favorite app?
And, well, you know, with that flashlight
Okay.
handy right there on my phone,
Okay.
I actually was able to use the darn thing without having to buy anything.
Mhm.
Flashlight, it comes in handy at moments. It's absolutely free. So therefore, it's my favorite one.
Okay, I got a quick call. Let's see who's on the line here. Hold on one second. I'll push this button here. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Fredo. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon. How are you today?
Doing well. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, baby. How you doing?
Morning, Fredo. Good morning.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I like that Alexa a lot, so I might have to invest in that Alexa. Yeah, man.
Really? Why do you like Alexa so much?
Well, the way she talks, yeah, man.
Well, she's just a robot, though.
And your point? Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Did I hear right that they were thinking about coming with a male version out of Alexa or maybe a GPS, like where we can now hear a male voice giving us the directions?
Actually, I noticed on my cell phone the other day that you could actually change the voices, Siri's voice and all that to some dude. I don't know why anybody will want that. But anyway,
yeah. Maybe we can change
Australian
it.
accent.
Maybe we can change it to your voice, Fredo. Wouldn't it
That would be great. It'd be like, Fredo here. How may I help you? Actually, I got Mr. Clock. Mr. Clock talks to me all the time. So.
Oh, you have your own Mr. Clock?
Oh yeah, I called a couple weeks ago. Mr. Clark was having a nervous breakdown. He found out his wife was.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. Poor Mr. Clark. He's seeking therapy right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Mr. Clock have eyes and ears and a mouth? Kind of like Mrs.
I don't know. I
Potts.
never really looked. I didn't turn it upside down to find out.
Do you have to wind Mr. Clock up, or does Mr. Clock take batteries?
Depends. Sometimes you have to give him a recharge, You have to plug him in and let the batteries charge up. We all need batteries sometimes, right, Bonnie?
Yeah, sometimes we need that recharging.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
So hold on. Let me get a official time for you, Fredo. Mr. Clock, could you certify the time right now?
It's now 8:58 a.m.
There you go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good old Mr. Clock.
That's right. Good old Mr. Clock. What would we do without Mr. Clock?
And you know what? He's always right on time.
Literally. No pun intent there. He's always right on time. Hey-o. All right. So listen, Fredo, we're going to let you run. And I guess you're not going to be on any street corner today. So.
Oh, no. Today I'll be over on Canner Highway and Federal Highway today. Yeah, man.
Oh, Canner and Federal. Okay. And what
right behind the bank right there.
Oh, you're going to have the barbecue going and everything?
Yeah, actually, we're going to do fish fry and barbecue today.
Yeah, all right. Good.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll stop by for some lunch.
Maybe he'll be out there waving a Tigger flag.
All right. Yeah, there we go. A Tigger flag. All right. Have a great day, Fredo. We'll talk to you later. All right, folks. Remember, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yep. And take care. And, it's a beautiful morning. Get outside, do some walking, breathe fresh air, enjoy.
That's right. Enjoy. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you in about 21 hours from now.